Okay, so you should see our mission statement now. Is that correct? I'm gonna assume so, yes. So, our mission is really to be that village that connects Northern Nevadans for inclusive community-based services, volunteer opportunities, and affordable transportation. Can somebody just confirm that you can hear me? Because when I have my slides this way, I can't see
I
anyone.
can hear you fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So some of our core values are assets. You know, everyone has talents and strengths, and all members of our village are assets. So everybody has something of value to contribute. So regardless of their age or ability, we really get to know the people who participate in our programs to really kind of empower them to think about, not just what they need and maybe where some of their struggles are, but also what are their strengths and what are some ways that we can kind of help get them connected with the community to provide those talents. And then equality, at the heart of every program or project is equality. All people are valued equally and everyone matters. Obviously, respect and for members must respect where people are at in the moment, not where they hope someone will be at some future point. We're really all about redefining work. So, work is really beyond, price. It's included in all the activities it takes to sustain families and neighborhoods, communities, sustain our democracy and to advance social justice. And this kind of work needs to be both honored and rewarded. So, we might meet somebody who has been a homemaker their whole life. And, when we start talking about our time exchange and ways that they can contribute, they might say, oh, I don't know. I didn't have a job or I raised kids. And we really help kind of empower people to see, no matter what your background or, what you did throughout your life, you have something to give to the community and provide. And then, helping is a two-way street. This is my favorite core value of ours is reciprocity. So it's, not really about only asking a person what they need or being that charitable organization, or referring, like kind of othering people, referring to people as those people or these people. But, we're all people. We're all part of the same human experience. And so we all have a role and a way to contribute. So reciprocity is all about not being just that charitable organization and us with a service recipient, but it being a two-way street. And so, really making sure that while our organization understands our responsibility as a community provider, but also to empower people to be a part of the solution, to provide feedback, to join our groups to help redesign programs or come up with new solutions, and really make sure that the communities we serve are aware that they're a part of that process and their feedback is valuable, and nobody is really more of like the expert than another person. And in fact, people with that lived experience who participate in our programs, I would actually venture to say, are the experts. So we have four core programs. We're always doing a lot of special projects and things like that, kind of piloting different things, but we always have a consistent four programs. So community care is kind of our umbrella term for our in-home care service program. So we provide in-home and community focused services for older adults, people with disabilities. Services are designed to increase engagement. We use a really person-centered or family-centered approach to care planning. It includes free respite care for that primary support person of an older adult or a person with a disability, including people living with dementia. Within community care, it's not, your typical caregiving service where we go in and we do things for a person and leave. It's really about doing things with a person. So engaging a person every step of the way, if the time spent with them is meaningful, and let's say they want to go fishing, then we make sure our community care partners who are providing that support have a fishing license and can take somebody fishing. So, transportation, community access is a really big part of the work we do, but including in community care. So really making sure that people are engaged, and we don't just have kind of those cookie cutter care plans, but they're very, very customized and person centered. And then N4 Connect is our transportation program. In our transportation program, it's specific to support people with disabilities 18 and up, and then elders who are 60 and up. And we have a collaboration with Lyft. I write a lot of grants, so we can offer discounted Lyft rides to our members in N4 Connect. So every month, each member in N4 Connect is eligible to get up to two $80 Lyft vouchers for 50% off. So if they want just one voucher, they can get one at $40, or if they want, they can get up to $160 worth of ride credits each month. And each of those vouchers is good for 365 days. So they don't have to use it within the month. They can just use it whenever they need it, or they can kind of save up some of their vouchers if they have something coming up where they might need a little bit more transportation support. And N4 Connect is the only program we have that's solely in Washoe County, and that's just because in Nevada, Lyft service area is only in Washoe County or Clark County. So all of our other programs, I should let you know that we are in 12 counties in northern Nevada. So here to Elko, down to Yerington, Gardnerville is our whole service area. We have program coordinators all across the northern part of the state. And then our time exchange was our very first program. It's kind of the one that's near and dear to my heart. It's really what inspired this village concept that I came up with 10 years ago. Anyone can join the time exchange, and the time exchange allows community members to both give and receive needed services. So, again, that kind of reciprocity without exchanging any money. So, when a member provides a service to another member, an hour or however many hours that service is exchanged, so they can also then use those time credits to get what they need. So, for example, I might walk someone's dog for 2 hours a week. I can bank that time and then have another member mow my lawn or rake my leaves or give me a ride to the store. And this actually was created using a transportation grant. So a lot of our time exchange members do things for others in the community so they can get rides and kind of get where they need to go in the community. And then our Volunteer Village program was developed because we met a lot of community members who loved what we were doing, were really impressed with our programs, but they didn't really need anything, but they wanted to contribute. So in our Volunteer Village, people can join and they can either go into the time exchange and just donate time, select the service request that they're interested in helping somebody with, and just kind of donate that, or they can help internally within our organization or at special events. But we also work to partner with other community organizations who utilize volunteers. So if another nonprofit or program needs volunteers, we work to kind of find out what each community member is passionate about, and then we get them connected with those different causes and programs in the community. So this was just a fun picture that I wanted to share. This is George, and George, he is an older adult with an intellectual disability. He lives with his wife. He speaks Hindi, and the picture on the right is George with his community care partner, Brooke. The first picture is him trying on sunglasses at Target, but then this, or maybe it's CVS, I'm not sure, but he was trying on sunglasses. And the second picture, George was really apprehensive about learning how to use a smartphone. And so Brooke, I thought that was a cute picture because she's teaching him how to take pictures and use his smartphone. I just think he's just a real hoot. So that's just kind of an example of somebody who participates in our community care program. George also uses our N4 Connect program, and his community care partner has been really great for him. So these are our numbers from last year. They're so much higher now. I'm excited to kind of see what the data says for this being our 10th year. But up through 2024, we provided over 60,000 hours of care in our community care program. We distributed 1,725 Lyft vouchers. We served 1,225 Northern Nevadans across 800 square miles, and at that point had 144 staff and contractors on our team. And then this is just some, general information. My contact information's there. Our general email is there. Our program manager is Ali Khan, and then Roswell Allen is our community outreach contractor. And our main office is located, I'm actually in it right now, on the corner of Arlington and Plum. And then I have our mailing and our phone number. Our website is chock full of information, and definitely reach out if you have any questions, or if you have questions for me tonight. I'm happy to answer them now as well. Questions? And I don't know if you want me to put my website in the link or in the chat. I can do that as well if you want to take a look.
Sure, why not? I thank you so much for your presentation. You guys are doing a great service to the community. There's so much variety and for people to engage and participate above and beyond the donations here from, Women's for Good.